I heard a couple weeks ago that 30,000 followers and you're officially a celebrity. So 29,700 to go, and then we're officially celebrities. So if you know anybody, like, share, and subscribe for us, guys. We're trying to get that celebrity status.
You're in a bad mood today.
Well, no, I'm not in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I'm just absolutely tired.
Well, you've been here. What did you say to your dad?
I asked if my tires came in.
Yeah. Threw your stuff in. No good morning, Dad. Hey, Dad, missed you. Hey, Dad, sorry I couldn't come over to help you set up yesterday and do all the work. Nothing.
I would have rather been here.
Just came in from practice, second one of the morning, and just very unhappy with this kart. It's the same thing I was battling yesterday. I couldn't find the balance. So what I'm gonna do, what I had done is put on my race front tires, but I left my practice older tires on here, and it gripped me up a ton in the front, which is what I wanted, but it was too much. So I'm gonna switch over to my race tires and hope I can find the balance, because it's not good right now. The kart felt so good last weekend. I won, felt awesome, and then today it feels terrible. So I've got a lot of work to do.
What do you honestly think? You think Grandpa can put it on the pole today? Yeah. How about this one? You think Grandpa can bring home a W? You think Grandpa can put a W on the board today? I am interviewing my grandson.
Yes. In the middle of a riveting interview.
We're not facing the camera now.
Yeah, I'm so distracting. What do you think?
Right.
What do you think Grandpa's gonna do?
I guess we'll have to find out his opinion later.
He looks optimistic.
There are certain things that you just kind of come to know. You see a robin, it's spring. You see a grouchy Ben, it's race morning. I'll tell you what, Bob Knight once said after watching his son play that he understood why some species eat their own young. You know, you've got a problem this morning.
You're right, I do.
And you're fast. Imagine if you were slow.
No, it's just annoying because
Imagine if you had my speed.
nobody understands what it's like to be me.
Oh gosh.
Mom?
Sounds like a simple.
They're bullying me.
The youngest child.
How was it?
Are you biting too much? It was awful. I mean, I'm just straight up awful out there.
You or the cart?
The kart, yeah, it's really terrible.
You were the cart.
Hey man, you take a look at, tell me what's on the front number panel.
What do you mean?
Are there any little stickers on the front number panel?
I don't know. Let me check. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This day is going pretty poorly. I cannot get a handle on my kart. It is really bad, really bad. I'm very slow. I'm throwing all the setup changes I can at it. Next, I'm doing my clutch. It's not in terrible shape, but it just doesn't feel like I'm coming out of corners well, so I'm just doing everything I can think of. Ben, on the other hand, is absolutely flying. He's killing it, so I've got to do a lot of catching up.
So last week in our doubleheader, Dad came out after one of our practice sessions and was like provoking me and trying to get me to, like, I don't know, throw a fit and stuff. He was baiting me a little bit, so we're gonna try that after his qualifying effort. Hopefully he does well, but no matter how he does, good or bad, I'm gonna go out there and try to provoke him and just see if we can get a reaction as a little payback. He'll know exactly what we're doing, but it'll be fun. What happened out there?
I don't know what you think of it.
You look slow. Look like everybody's passing you. That guy passed you like you're standing still. Sound familiar?
Yeah, but you can't go with me because you might be right.
I just couldn't do it. You know, I went up there, I wanted to say he did terrible, but I just didn't have the heart. Part of me was dying as I was saying that, so I kind of played it off as more of a joke, but yeah. He had a decent run, 14th out of probably 20-something.
One of the little known things that can really make a difference is your racing shoe. And I've been racing in a very old shoe and updated this week. And I'm pretty sure it's been worth 3/10 this weekend. So all you guys just getting started out there, understand that driving shoes are very important. I've been leaving 3/10 on the track for who knows how long now.
Provisional pole, and as I say, that's a 26 of Ben Stone out of the top. Ben Stone with the provisional pole right now. 206 CI Danger for 1.771. Now that's the I do believe we have all competitors now checked in. 26 of Ben Stone, your pole sitter.
I'm so happy I started recording. Bro.
What?
Number one. Pull. Come on. CIK. One. Pull.
How far back was that?
14. Okay, there was little to no time to make changes between the CIK and Sportsman. And so Casey's not feeling super optimistic. I didn't get to talk to Ben, but I'm sure after getting pulled, he feels just fine. How do you feel? No. You got 11 and Ben got 7. So he didn't do too hot either.
Okay, update. I've got a new name for my kart. Struggle Bus, because that's what I'm driving. It's the Struggle Bus. I cannot get my kart to work today. I have been over everything. So what I've done is kind of a bit of a reset. My rear width, I've gone back to a similar setup to what I won with last weekend. The problem I'm having is I have way too much grip in the rear, and it is just plowing through corners. I'm gonna mess with the tire pressure. I'm gonna drop that because I think I've been running too high for this heat. I mean, it's got to be, I don't know, over 90. And then my front, I've actually added spacers here, something that I don't typically do. I'm just hoping that that can help offset some of the rear, because I cannot get that grip out of the rear. And I've only gone back to the default because max width didn't work. It wasn't any better. So I might as well go with something I know has worked in the past. So I hope that doesn't sound like whining. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss to get this kart fast. You got Ben over here just absolutely killing it. And quite the opposite for me.
All right, so a little race wrap up. Started 14th. I'll ruin the suspense. Finished 14th. Got to 14th mainly because of carnage. I didn't get a great start. Our line didn't move as quickly as the other line. from there on, I didn't drive very well. I got some input from my driving coach who confirmed I sucked. I was just driving real hard trying to get to the 3 karts in front of me, and I couldn't do it. I actually got to him, but when I got to him, I drove pathetically. So tried something a couple times and dropped a wheel off track, cost me some time. It was fun. I mean, this track, there's not a whole lot of room for error, and I made some errors, so it was fun. And now I get to think about it for about a month, and they won't all be happy thoughts, but I'll be ready to come back.
So the first race of the day for us today was the CIK race. I was able to start on pole after a pretty good run in qualifying, and then throughout the course of the race, you just kind of
glossed over that. He started on pole in probably the hardest 206 class out here. It's a big deal. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the toughest you'll ever see. The Brickyard was nothing compared to a normal club race for us. You know, Grand Nationals, Grand Nationals. These are the best in the country right here. No, but it definitely a good field as always. Had a good run in qualifying. Got some luck in there as well. So I qualified on pole. Ran in that kind of 1 to 5 range the entire race, and a lot of passing and fighting and stuff. Ultimately didn't stay with the front 3 in the group. Still sorting everything out on the car, so it was 95% of the way there. I got to work on the last 5 from the driver's perspective, but I was still able to bring it home in 5th, which I was pretty happy with for sure. Just something to definitely build upon for the future.
I started 13th. I'll tell you, it's the same thing. I was not happy with my kart. It was not a fun thing to drive. The only reason I stayed in a fight is because other people in front of me were battling almost constantly, and so I was able to stay with the pack, and I had a guy behind me that was working with me at times. through fighting, I ended up in, coming out of the last corner in 10th, and I knew I had a bad exit, and there was a guy right behind me, our buddy Robert, and he got me, so I ended up finishing 11th. But all things considered, with how bad I felt in that kart, I was actually happy with 11th. So I guess that's a victory for me.
So I made these Stahl Racing shirts yesterday, gold and silver edition. And if you will notice on the back, we are repping our 3 drivers, 14, 26, 34. Let's go.
All right, that's the end of our second race. I started in 11th, and you started
in 7th, but really like 5th because the pole sitter had problems in the first race. That's so true. We had to pack it up and go home.
So I started 9th. Our line got off to a great start, and
it's funny you said, because I didn't feel like it was a great start from being in 5th.
Oh, really? Well, I got off to a great start.
A couple rows behind me must have been nice.
It was a great start for me, and a few turns into the first lap, I had made my way in front of Ben. I come out of the corner on the inside of a guy. He hung around on the outside, and I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if I got bumped from behind or if it was all on my own, but I washed a bit wide and I got onto him. So I had to apologize for that. I felt bad. I don't like to drive that way. So Ben got around me, and the only reason I was even honestly able to stay in the lead pack is because there was a lot of fighting going on, and had some people behind me that helped keep me in the fight, because my kart was so tight I could not exit corners right. I wasn't carrying enough speed out. Last lap, I saw it coming. I was in 4th place, 2nd and 3rd. I could just see it coming. They were gonna duke it out in that last corner, and so I kind of laid back just a bit, and they got into each other. I'm sitting second coming down the last straightaway to the checkered flag, and I'm like, okay, I got this, I got second. All out of nowhere, 2 carts go zooming by me. So I ended up 4th. I was very surprised by that, but all things considered, I started 9th, I finished 4th. Kart was not good, so I'm happy with it. But let's hear how Ben fared out there.
Yeah, I started in 5th, and again, Casey had some wild, crazy start that I wasn't a part of, because I was probably 5th and 6th after all those turns, and then Casey gets by me, so I'm probably another spot back. And the front 3 or 4 guys just kind of, while all that was going on, just kind of pushed away. Luckily I was able to get by Casey after he shoved somebody off, and then it was just kind of track him down mode. So I, you know, threw out a line and started reeling him in lap after lap. I was in 2nd for about a lap, and I was like, do I want to make the move, or do I want to just kind of wait here for a while? And I was like, I think I'm fast enough to where I can make the move, and I'll just let the cards play out from there. And so I took control of the race. With about 2 to go, I had quite a gap from the guys battling behind me, and last lap the gap was about the same, and I just sat there and I thought, if I blow this lead, I might never race again. So sure enough, I blow the lead. No, I actually did go on to run a pretty solid lap, and as Casey mentioned, there was a lot of fireworks on in that group behind me, so they definitely did me a big solid. But I was able to come home with my first win today, and it felt really great. It was pretty emotional, my helmet on that lap in, I won't lie to you, but it's just been a long time coming, and it just felt so good today. And you know, the next step is win. Obviously I want to win the series. I gained a fair amount on Casey in the points this week, so I want to win the series, and then I want to win CIK race, the one I qualified full on. Definitely heading in the right direction, just got to keep the momentum going. We've got a while off, so I'm going to need to come and get some practice days in to stay sharp for sure.
So Ben mentioned the championship. Coming into this race, I'm leading. I was up 74 points. And coming in 4th, and with Ben winning, that is going to really cut into my lead. We think maybe 20 points.
Yeah, we think it's at 54 now.
Yes! Stay in the gold medal. Congratulations. How do you feel? Yeah. It feels as good as you thought it would.
Good job, man. Way to go.
Tell him, say, I won my first race, just like Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben got that for you for Christmas.
That is a shirt that I bought him.
Yeah.
Saved it for a very special occasion.
Listen to that jingle.
Gotta really emphasize it.
Yeah. Oh, you've never seen Ben in a better mood than you have today. He is. Does it feel like a weight been lifted?
It definitely doesn't. There's no more pressure on it, because that
Exactly.
was the worst part, is driving myself crazy, especially after you've won several times. But now it's like, okay.
How many times have I won, Ben? Did you want to see?
No, I don't think we have to.
There's 4.
Really? I didn't know
There's
that.
4.